Talk, shop, pop, movies.
Oh, hey there, this is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile, and if you're a convicted cinephile yourself, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. On my channel, I like to talk, shop, and pop open, that is, movies and physical media, and it was the Critics' Choice Awards tonight. Sadly, I do not have cable, so I couldn't watch it on E. Usually it's on the CW, and it's streaming on Peacock, but not until tomorrow, when it's pointless. Luckily, I found a YouTube feed of someone watching it on E, and it just had a ginormous thing blocking half of the screen, but I could at least see and hear all the winners live that way. But what a doozy of choices. It's kind of a weird season because of the delays, because of the wildfires. All of these winners were voted on essentially over a month ago, more or less. And then it got delayed a few weeks, and then now the show is. Unlike the Oscars and everything else, where everything got delayed, the voting got delayed, and then the nominees got delayed. And then now with the whole Emilia Perez stuff going on, everyone and their grandma made 14 videos about it, and I've been sick all week, slash the last week or so. So I haven't done anything if it wasn't obvious. I didn't feel like making a video about that because everyone else did. And long story short, Carla Sofia Gascon shot herself in the foot and says horrible things and gets her comeuppance. And then the director also said some dumb shit about Spanish-speaking countries. So the fact that the movie won anything slash as much as it did at the Critics' Choice is funny at this point because the voting was so long ago that it's basically rendered moot at this point. Although it only won 3 awards, and it was the 3 things that I'm tolerant of it winning. And I don't think it's going to win one of those things at the Oscars anymore because of all the bullshit that's been going on. Anywho, let's get into the winners of the Critics' Choice Awards. They just happened. If it wasn't obvious. Having my award show beers still, my Big Lebowski glass. Because, movies and stuff. Let's just start out with Best Picture. Anora won, which I think I was predicting. If I was predicting it, I can't remember if I changed my prediction. I shouldn't have if I did. But I thought Anora was going to do pretty good. I thought it was going to win Picture, maybe, and Screenplay, original Screenplay, maybe Actress. But because of the Golden Globes happening like right in the middle of Critics' Choice voting, the Demi Moore win sort of swayed things, and she ended up winning, which I'm happy about because I prefer The Substance. So hurrah. And Substance also won Screenplay, which was surprising and awesome. That was probably my favorite one of the night, to be honest. Corley Farja winning Best Original Screenplay. But let's get back to what I was saying. Best Picture was Anora. Yay, Sean Baker got to win something. But Anora won only Best Picture. That's so weird. This season is already weird, and the fact that these awards were voted on before the season became weirder is even weirder. So this is such a weird, interesting season. And it's fun, though. It's nice to not know that the same movie is going to win everything. Like last year, we had Oppenheimer sweeping, which was great and deserved, and I loved it. And then like Everything Everywhere the year before that was essentially winning everything that it needed to. This year's all over the damn place. And tomorrow, the Producers and Directors Guild are both announcing their winners. I have a feeling Directors Guild is going to be Brady Corbet for The Brutalist. Seems like the obvious choice. Producers Guild, who the hell knows? It could be Anora. It could be Emilia Perez because it was voted on before the bullshit, which will just make it even funnier. But it could also be something like Conclave or Brutalist, where something everyone respects and likes. Honestly, I hope it's The Brutalist because it's the most impressive movie for its budget. But Anora is too, so, no complaints. And then the best comedy category, we had our mandatory Critics' Choice Awards tie in this category between A Real Pain and Deadpool and Wolverine, which is cool. I like both of those movies a lot for very different reasons. So it's hilarious that those are the 2 movies that won in that category. There's always a tie. Critics' Choice loves ties. Best Director was probably the most surprising win because it was John M. Chu for Wicked, which I like Wicked. After this one, I thought it was going to win Best Picture. So Anora winning a lone Best Picture thing is even stranger. But good for John M. Chu. Wicked is a great adaptation of the musical. No complaints there necessarily, but there was like 47 nominees in this category. And when that happens, it's very easy for the votes to split enough for someone who can get like 12% and then win because numbers. I was expecting Brady Corbet to win for The Brutalist. Honestly, I would have expected at least three other winners before John M. Chu for Wicked, but good for him. I'm glad he won something. He made a joke about winning an Oscar after this, which is great because he's not even nominated. So it's nice to see him have a sense of humor about it. But good for him. Glad he got to win something along the way. Best actor went to The Brutalist, Adrian Brody, which I think might have been The Brutalist's only win. It's just like I said, it's a weird ass season. It's just strange. The Brutalist and Honora, I think, only won one thing each. Very weird. And they're like the two higher up things in the Best Picture race. Best Actress, like I said, went to Demi Moore, which is great. She's officially going to sweep the season, I think. She may have trouble at BAFTA, but why at this point, honestly? I think she's going to win SAG, and I think she's going to win the Oscar. I thought Mikey Madison would give her a run for her money here, and that didn't even happen. And that was where I thought she had the easier chance. So good for Demi Moore. This is cool. The Substance is my favorite Best Picture nominee that I've seen. So yeah, I'm all for The Substance getting more wins than Honora and The Brutalist, which is so weird. It's a weird year. Kieran Culkin won Best Supporting Actor. He wasn't there, sadly, because he's doing rehearsals on the Broadway. So that is cool. But good for him. I think he's going to sweep the season. It's such a, it's a, I've said it 100 times. It's a weird year. Unless someone else all of a sudden wins SAG and BAFTA, or at least one of the two, he's going to sweep. He'll be the first winner of supporting actor to not be nominated for Best Picture since Christopher Plummer, like 14 years ago for The Beginners. So that's cool. Good for him. And I have no complaints. He's great in the movie. He's a co-lead, but half the nominees in supporting categories are this year, so I'm not going to complain about Kieran Culkin. Speaking of lead performances in supporting categories, Zoe Saldana won for Emilia Perez. She's the best thing about the movie, so her winning doesn't bother me at all. Otherwise, the movie is more or less crap. But she's great. I've always liked her. If she wins at the Oscars, I'll be happy for her. She deserves it. She's been around for decades now. If Ariana Grande all of a sudden wins at the last minute due to all this controversy, I'll be happy for her, but I like Zoe a lot, so I'm glad to see her winning. Acting ensemble, I missed this one because they do the weird 800 categories at once between the commercial breaks. Conclave won ensemble. That is a very good choice. Conclave is a great movie with a great ensemble. I think I had Sing Sing because I was being hopeful it would win something here, but that movie can't win anything to save its life. Um, but good for Conclave. I'm glad it won something other than adapted screenplay, which is a shoe in at the Oscars. I think it's probably the only Oscar it's going to win. But in this weird ass year, who knows? And there's no ensemble category at the Oscars, as we all know. But Conclave, very deserving winner of Best Ensemble. Best Young Actor or Actress went to Maisie Stella for My Old Ass. I have not seen that one, but I've heard it's good. That is not what I predicted. I predicted the kid from Dee Dee, but I also just kind of guessed at random. So congratulations to Maisie on that one. Original Screenplay, my favorite win of the night, probably. John M. Chu was probably more surprising. This one is better. Corley Farja for The Substance. Best Original Screenplay for the most original screenplay in the category. I'm really hoping it has a chance to win at the Oscars, and this really makes me hopeful because I thought the Critics' Choice was going to go hard on Honora, and like I said, it only won picture, which is for the thousandth time very weird. But Corley Farja deserves to win, I think. And if The Substance can manage to win actress and screenplay and makeup, probably, it has an awkwardly decent shot of winning Best Picture. But the preferential ballot's the only thing that's going to ruin that for it. But a lead acting award and a screenplay award is a damn good combination to win Best Picture with. And the closest thing that's going to have there is probably The Brutalist with a likely director actor combination. So we'll see what happens, I guess. But I would love if this repeats at the Oscars. That would be one of my favorite wins of the night. by far. I said Conclave won a adapted screenplay. Seems obvious. It's going to be its one guaranteed win at the Oscars. It won at the Golden Globes in the combined category, so that is awesome. Best animated feature, it was The Wild Robot. That's another one I missed. Good. I love Wild Robot. It's a great movie. Flow was the only other thing that could win here. It still has a chance at the Oscars. It's at least a race. We'll see what happens at BAFTA. That's all I'll say about that. It'll at least be a fun competition. It's just like last year between the Spider Verse and the Boy and the Heron. It's kind of the same sort of battle where they each win half the awards. So it'll actually be a surprise to see what wins in the evening, and that'll be fun. Best cinematography, another great quasi surprise win. I thought it was going to be The Brutalist. It would be a deserving winner, being shot in VistaVision, and it looks amazing. But Nosferatu won best cinematography. I love Nosferatu. It was one of my favorite movies of last year. Check out my favorite 10 movies of the year video I did. If you haven't, nobody else has, so please and thank you. But Nosferatu is definitely on that list, and one of the many reasons why is its gorgeous cinematography. I would love if it were to win something at the Oscars. Cinematography would be a great category for it to win in, since it probably won't win makeup or production design or costumes. Cinematography is probably its best shot. Best editing, another great win, and score. I'll just lump these together. Both went to challengers, which is what I expected the Critics' Choice to do. Sadly, neither of these nominations happened at the Oscars, so this is not useful at all in prognostication reasons. But it's deserving. Challengers should have been nominated for editing and score at the Oscars. Whether or not it won, it at least should have been nominated in those two categories. So it's nice to see the critics doing the right thing and giving that movie its wins in the appropriate two categories it deserves. Production design and costume design went to Wicked. It's the two things that I think it is guaranteed to win at the Oscars. Last year, it was kind of looking like it was going to be Barbie, and then Poor Things sort of came out of nowhere and started stealing all those from it, deservedly so. Poor Things had the better costumes and production design, in my opinion, so I was happy. But there's no Poor Things this year. It is just Wicked all the way with these two awards. If something else were to win in these categories, I wouldn't be mad necessarily, but if and when Wicked does win these two, it'll be the two most deserving things about the film. And the fact that it won just those two things and then director, weird. That's the theme of the day. Best visual effects, I think I missed this one too, but it went to Dune Part 2. It's the one guaranteed win at the Oscars as well. Yeah, not much to say about that. It deserves it. Hair and makeup went to The Substance, and I think it'll do the makeup actor pairing again at the Oscars. Very, very cool. I love that The Substance won 3 awards, one of which was a shock, deserved shock for screenplay. And then best song, last but not least, went to the perfectly okay El Mal from Emilia Perez. The best song in the movie, besides the PP and Vagina song, obviously, that everyone loves so much, but in a non ironic fashion, this is easily the best song in the movie. And with a song category as weak as we have this year, I'm totally fine with it winning. It's the most memorable song and scene in the movie, arguably. So I'm fine with Emilia Perez winning the three things it won here. I don't think it's going to win International Film at the Oscars anymore, which is nice. But if it wins for Zoe and the song at the Oscars and then loses its other 11 nominations, I won't complain. Overall, though, weird year. I can't wait to see what the Directors Guild and Producers Guild do tomorrow. I'll do a video about that. I'll eventually do a final BAFTAs winners predictions because that's coming up sooner than later. And then, of course, I'll do an Oscar nomination or Oscar winner uh, prediction video. But it's been a while. I'm feeling slightly better now, so I figured I'd have to do at least a Critics' Choice video of some sort. I did my prediction winners video a million years ago, so that already ship has sailed. I didn't feel like doing another one for essentially no reason since the voting window didn't change. Congratulations to all the winners. Good for John M. Chu for getting something, even though I don't necessarily think he deserves it. As much as I enjoy Wicked, but congratulations to Coralie Farja for her screenplay win, and Nosferatu for winning something. Very, very cool. That's all I got for this one. Once again, my name is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Fuck. shop, pop, movies.